Greetings, fellow viewers. Marneus Calgar plays an important role in the Space Marines universe. You all saw him in action in the Space Marines 2. In this video, we are going to explore his early years and a few out of the many triumphant battles he had as an Ultramarine. This is Space Marines, Lore Explained. In the ancient days of Nova Thulium, a serf named Taciton served under the noble house of Calgar. He grew up alongside the house's heir, Marneus, and the two became inseparable friends. Both sought to break free from their predetermined roles within the noble hierarchy and aspired to join the ranks of the Space Marines. Their path to glory began under the instruction of a mentor named Crixus, who trained them alongside other hopeful aspirants on Thulium Minor. However, one night Taciton and Marneus stumbled upon a terrible secret. Crixus, along with the other aspirants, were secret worshippers of Khorne, the blood god, and were performing dark rituals in his name. As they tried to flee, the two were confronted by Crixus and his cultists. A vicious battle ensued, and tragically, Marneus was slain in the chaos. Devastated but determined, Taciton managed to escape and vowed to honor his fallen friend. With a newfound resolve, Taciton hunted down the corrupted aspirants, though he was finally saved from Crixus by the Ultramarines. To this day, the tomb of the real Marneus Calgar rests on Nova Thulium, inscribed with his death at the age of 12. To ensure Marneus's legacy lived on, he took his name and identity, swearing to become a Space Marine in his place. Honoring his dead friend's legacy, Taciton, now Marneus, becomes a Space Marine, and not just a mere Space Marine, as he achieves the highest of the ranks over the years to come. His strategic genius across countless battles, and his leadership so inspiring that his warriors followed him not just out of obligation, but out of deep, unwavering loyalty, allowing him to rise to the rank of Chapter Master of the Ultramarines. Marneus Calgar was the firstborn Space Marine to undergo the mysterious and complex procedure that transformed him into a more powerful Primaris Space Marine, elevating his combat prowess even further. He is the embodiment of the Ultramarines' honor and strength. His deeds and triumphs are so numerous that they fill 28 volumes, secured within the vaults of the Ultramarines' stronghold, the Fortress of Hera on Macragge. Only the legendary feats of the Ultramarines' Primarch, Robert Guilliman, surpass the scope of Calgar's legacy. The First Tyrannic War, with the arrival of Hive Fleet Behemoth in the Eastern Fringe in 754, M41 was one of the first periods where Lord Calgar showcased his valor and bravery, leading his Ultramarine brethren against the Tyranids. On the ancient world of Macragge, home to the Ultramarines, the fate of an entire sector hung in the balance. Between the vast fleet of warships in orbit and the powerful defense stations surrounding Macragge, everyone prepared to face the Tyranid swarm. Just weeks later, the first wave of the Tyranid vanguard struck, and the bioships broke through the Ultramarines' blockade, sending thousands of alien creatures rampaging across the planet. Despite Calgar's expert tactics, the Tyranids' relentless advance could not be halted, and the Ultramarines had to encounter the most dangerous Tyranid entity they had ever faced, a hive tyrant known as the Swarmlord. This creature's cunning grasp of warfare matched Calgar's strategic brilliance, and under its psychic control, the Tyranids began to overwhelm the Ultramarines' positions. Seeing that to remain on the planet would mean certain defeat, Calgar ordered an evacuation. Calgar himself escaped to orbit barely with the help and sacrifice of his fellow Ultramarines. Not daring to stop here, and with the utter resolve to put an end to this menace for the sake of Macragge, Calgar and his fleet would pursue the Hive ships and lead the final assault on the Hive ship Behemoth Primus, marking one of the first direct assaults against a Tyranid Hive ship. A victory that secured the survival of the sector and demonstrated Calgar's unmatched leadership in the face of overwhelming odds. In a replay of history, in 9993.M41, Marneus Calgar would once again confront the Swarmlord, at least the reincarnation of the same beast on the blood-soaked fields during the Second Tyrannic War. This time, however, Calgar triumphed, slaying the beast with his bare hands. His valor wasn't limited to the wars against the Tyranids. In 762 M41, during the War for Thrax, it was Lord Calgar and his Ultramarines that banished thousands of demons from the corrupt forge world of Thrax. And again in 797 M41, Lord Calgar alone held the gates against an entire orc horde for an entire night and day during the siege of Zalathris. Furthermore, it was Lord Calgar who single-handedly defeated Makar, a demon prince of Chaos Undivided, in 2 occasions when re-emerged from the warp in 935, M41, and also in 997, M41, when he was freed by the warsmith Hanso. It was also he who played a pivotal role in the resurrection of Guilliman at the time of the 13th Black Crusade in 999 M41. His achievements doesn't end here. These are just some of the magnificent feats of Lord Calgar, and how he is a leader that the people remain deeply grateful to, and views him as the embodiment of humanity's resolve to endure and achieve victory.